On the banks of Lake Washington, it's Husky Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Washington Huskies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. This is obviously a huge matchup. With the 5-game winning streak on the line, they understand that they are facing one of the best teams in the country. A top 25 matchup. He's been warning his team all week at practice. Do not take them lightly. They want to be 1-0 after this week and keep the streak alive. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Bulldogs offense will be first on the attack. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat me.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Fakes to grab. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. So Washington's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country.
Well, I know there are a lot of schools every year that try to make the claim that they are DBU, but when you look at this team and this defense, David, each and every year, the talent is just outrageous, and this might be the actual DBU. Guys that can run, they've got length, man coverage, zone, whatever you want, these guys have.
Yeah, it's really nice to coach, be a defensive coordinator, be a secondary coach when you got guys that look like that. I mean, they don't look human, right? Like the length, the speed, the change of direction. So obviously they get those top-tier guys, and there's just something about the way they play at this spot that makes them look even better.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Throwing, Williams. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Play fake, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Pocket breaking down. What a weapon to be able to extend a play like that, and they stop him just a few inches short of the 1st down. 4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Trying to keep this drive alive. There's a little room there. Touchdown, Washington! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the 2nd level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the 2nd level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Lets it fly. He misses his man. See just not what it needed to be on that play. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Throws to the tight end. And the third down pass is incomplete. Georgia lining up to punt it away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Williams. He'll throw it. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down. Washington sends out the punt team. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Inside the 40. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. From the red zone, it's Phillips. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldog!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. It's 1st down from back at their own 24-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to the ground with the running back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Here's Williams to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They evened things up the last time they had it. The defense helped them out, and a chance to go on top with this drive. Gonna run it. It's Phillips. At the 35, he's open. Turning it on. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. From the gun, running back gets to give. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. How about these 2 running games so far and dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats? This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. Washington sends out the punt team. He'll take it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. On the ground, it's Phillips. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Makes it past the marker. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off play action. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Scooped it. Scored it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The run inside. It's Phillips. Got enough for the 1st. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
The Bulldogs come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier.
Ooh, and I love the running back here running into the blitz. He saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
On the delay, it's Phillips. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running the red zone, it's Phillips. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Fires to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So
finding some room. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Wide receiver comes in motion. Williams finds the tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man in the middle. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll run the counter. Got room to work. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Line getting set on 2nd down. Throwing, Williams. He's got the tight end. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Motion from the wide receiver. Extra point here would tie the game.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback's man. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside. It's Phillips. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. The give to the back. And got a little grass. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Using his legs, it's Phillips. Picks up the 1st down. Open space at the 25. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Dogs! Once he got some room, it was over. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of what...
Intercepted! intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Georgia. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Williams fires quickly. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down. Washington right back to the line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Williams looking for a man. Finds his man. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's Williams again. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. Timeout called by the Huskies. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what makes a grab and room to run. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's Williams to throw. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coach...
Oh, he's got some space. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Third down from the gun, Williams. Complete in the middle. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? And wings it incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Got his man on the right. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Huskies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll send the back in motion. Williams takes the easy completion. They were trying to find the edge there by swinging it out to the right, but there was no room to run.
Yeah, in order for that play to work, they're going to have to get better blocking up front. Those receivers and tight ends, they've got to do a better job getting a hat-on hat and give that running back a chance to go somewhere with the ball.
Keeps it on the option.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Williams will pass. Rushes on him. He's sacked. This defense all over him. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Absolutely center cut. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for space. It's Phillips. Breaks into the open. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45. Out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
It's complete. A lot of room to the right. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15.
Georgia, 42. Washington, 27.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throwing, Williams. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Upstairs he's got it. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams looking for a man. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores. In fact, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll move the wide receiver. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Frazier. Might have a chance. Smashes through the tackle. The 20. 10. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Washington, 27.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Williams takes the easy throw in the flat. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's second and long. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Turning it on! Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. After the penalty, the playbook is wide open on 1st and 5. Gives it on the option. Got enough for the first. Oh, he got loose.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Lowers those pads. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Play action with Williams. Quick strike complete. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Here's Williams to throw. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Williams will pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. It's complete on the right side. Big fella's not going to make it to the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. That leaves him with a tough 4th down situation. You'd love to just chip. Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Williams to throw for it on 4th. Made a defender miss. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Takes a handoff. It's Phillips. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage, and you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistently.
Looks it in at the 40. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Handoff to the lone back. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And, man, he really hasn't been the problem today. How about that? He's rushed for over 100 yards. Another big chunk play on the ground. They've continued to be able to run the football well, but here now in the second half, you've built yourself a deficit. I wonder how many more runs they got in him. They got to open this passing attack up and make some big plays.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Williams. He's got his man. Touchdown, Washington. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Georgia offense ready to go on the attack. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Snags it and he's open. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking to throw at Stockton. Snagged out of the air. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Fighting off the defender. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quick.
There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Offense changing the play. Back to pass on 2nd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. The Dogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Finds his big tight end. Got enough space. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the pummeling has started. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And he's coming out of the end zone, rolling the dice to bring it out of the Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. The run from the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man. It's Moss. Building momentum. Picking. Yardage. Moving the chains out to the 34.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Williams to the air again. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. 4th down, Williams. Bringing the heat. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Goes high to pull it in. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the 1st down.
Man, does that sting. Defense.
Touch! Husky. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming in this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
What a disappointment. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, the lead's still at 15. Throwing, Williams. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
Williams looking for a man. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
All right, Big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to